In EMDR, we talk about all the associated triggers and this idea of kind of trying to clear all those triggers that might activate our alarm system and put us back into, let's say, a trauma response or a memory of a lived experience. And then we feel derailed, for example. And so then the instinct of our system is to avoid the possibility of, experiencing pain, reliving trauma, being derailed emotionally, for example, right? So our brain is designed to try to avoid those risky situations again, let's say, right? So your brain would have associated, it would have taken a snapshot memory of that area and associated with that area meant for your embodied system. And if it attached to it that it means danger, threat, something bad happened here, then it's going to alarm your system when you go back into a similar environment. Right. So whether it's the same environment or an environment that has a similar feel to it or a similar look or sounds or smell or topography, right? Then that can trigger the brain to relay the message, this is a danger zone, alarm the system. All of that makes sense, right? It makes sense when we kind of break it down that way that this is kind of what we're up against as an emotional being, as a being with a nervous system, as a being, with a brain, as right, as a being with a heart system. It makes sense that we could be alarmed in certain situations that hook into the familiar past. Again, using the language of the program, right? And so, generally speaking, so much of the motivation behind the work that we're doing to heal, to grow, right? To shift out of that alarm state is motivated by trying to reduce the quote pain that we experience when our nervous system goes into alarm.